If you're the type of person that doesn't like snake plants, I promise you this video is gonna change your mind. You're gonna become a snake plant convert, a snake plant aficionado after watching this video. So buckle up and get ready to be blown away by the most amazing snake plant tour ever. Oh, and by the way, my name is Ebuka. I'm a plant content creator and a plant icon based here in Lagos, Nigeria. And I typically grow most of my snake plants outdoors, but I painstakingly brought all of them indoors, so you guys will have a better view and a better appreciation of it. So please make sure you like this video because it was a lot of work. But enough babbling. Let's begin, babe.
Oh my god, what is that?
First off, look at this, babe. Look at this, babe. Look at the material. This is a snake plant Kokia copper tone. Just look at her. She is so, oh my goodness gracious. It looks both frightening and amazing at the same time. This is actually one of my personal favorites. This was actually a birthday gift from a plant friend. Shout out to you, Rahila. And I grew this from like a small pop into this. It's actually a very fast growing snake plant. Even though we do have snake plants that are slow growing, we also have some that are actually really fast growing. And I want to make it clear that snake plants do not thrive off neglect. If you want your snake plants to grow and be beautiful like this babe here, you have to give them bright light. All my snake plants, all of them, well, the majority of them, I grow them in full sun, and I always make sure they are watered regularly. I have a snake plant care video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail of the care, but these guys like bright light and they like to be watered regularly, some even more than others. So yeah, look at the material again. Snake plant Kokia copper tone. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, is she not? She's gorgeous. Love it. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is another one of my personal faves. Come over here, babes. Oh, this is a Sansevieria wheel fin. Guys, have you seen a wheel fin this full? I'm really proud of mine. Like, I love her. Gosh, again, a gift from my friend Rahila. She gave me as a small pop. I think it was just this, and I've grown her into this. I've also separated some pops and sold, but I do not plan to separate any more of this because I want her to be a full, lush, beautiful pot, because you rarely see full wheel things. Like, a lot of growers typically will just divide them and then sell them, but I want to grow a full pot. Also, snake plant tip: if you want your snake plants to be big, grow them in big pots. Like, the bigger the pots are, the more space they have for their root to expand, the bigger they will grow. Honestly, this is a tip that I don't see lots of people talking about, but yeah, if I had space, like if I wasn't living in a rented space, I honestly would put this in a big pot and just watch it grow and get huge. But again, let's look at the material, guys. Look at the material. I love it. She's so structural, like most snake plants are, and just so beautiful. Oh, how can you not like snake plants? How can you not like snake plants? Oh, bending down, picking up plants. Oh, that's a bit too much work for my old age. And then let me show you guys this. This is a Sansevieria Francisco. I can't pronounce the name, but I'm going to insert whatever name I can pronounce. Now, this one, we have a bit of a love-hate relationship because she is full of spines at the end. And you want to be careful because if this... Oh, almost fell down. You want to be careful because for some strange reason, the spines are really painful. Like, this has pricked me several times and it's like blinding pain. And I'm like, Jesus, what have I done to you? I'm just trying to take care of you. So yeah, this is how she basically grows. I love the growth profile. I love her like silhouette. I've tried to keep her up like a trellis, but you know, she wasn't having it. So outside, I just grew her against the wall, and she's beautiful. I again grew this from a small pop. I'm so proud of myself. Like, I grew most of these stick plants from like small babies, and look at them now. Beautiful. This is definitely one that you should definitely add to your collection. Again, I grew all of them in full sun. Like, I do not, except maybe the ones that grow indoors. But like if you're growing outdoors, I'm keeping you in the sunniest place. And trust me, the Nigerian sun is mad. And these guys can take it. Also, I don't know if I told you, but snake plants, well, not a lot of these cultivars or hybrids, but OG snake plants are native to Nigeria. The native range includes Nigeria and West and Central Africa. So that's why I love them. They are also Nigerian icons like myself. So Sansevieria Francis. Let's move on to the next one. Now, this one is one of my rarest and more expensive ones. This is a variegated whale fin. I'm sure you saw and still remember the regular whale fin one. Well, this is the variegated one, and she is quite a slow grower. But look what we have here, a pup, and I'm tempted to sell it because I could make money from this. Again, these are expensive, but at the same time, I'm like, oh no, I want it to be full. Like, imagine a full pot of this. Imagine a full pot of this. So guys, this is the whale fin Sansevieria, the variegated whale fin. Absolutely love her. Slow growing. Sansevierias, when they have variegation, they can be painfully slow growing, and this one is slow growing, but I love her nonetheless. Now let me show you one that is probably like my slowest growing snake plant, hands down, and one of my slowest growing plants of all time. That one is also quite rare here, so let me show you that. This girl, guys, this is the Sansevieria Golden Flame. As the name implies, she literally looks like a golden flame, does she not? Gorgeous, beautiful, but the problem with this baby is that she is so slow growing, guys. She is so slow growing. I mean, like literally 3 leaves a year. That is basically how slow growing she is. She is painfully slow growing, but she is cute. She's beautiful. I just wish sis would grow more and faster. Look at the material. Slow growing, but definitely worth it. And then I added a small, cute Sansevieria cylindrica to this pot. But I can bet this is very fast growing. This will rapidly outgrow this one in a couple of weeks. So yeah, Sansevieria Golden Flame, guys. Again, how can you not love snake plant? This other one, I also have to be careful because she has actually punctured me before and it was quite painful. This babe here, this is the Sansevieria Yellow Canary. And when I bought this plant again from a small pup, I didn't know she was going to get this big and this elongated. Like, it feels like with each new leaf, it just gets long. And I'm like, girl, she's incredibly root bound. She has been in this terracotta pot for like over like a year. She's incredibly root bound, but I'm actually low-key afraid to move her to a bigger pot because I feel like this plant is going to be huge. And again, I live in a rented space, so I have like limited space, especially for pointy plants that could, you know, prick somebody that walks by. So maybe I'm gonna leave her contained in this pot. She doesn't seem to mind. She's about to bring a new leaf. Now, typically the canary will have the new leaf will be yellow, and then as it matures, it fades into green. When it was much younger, the new yellow leaf used to be like a very pronounced yellow, but now that she has gotten older, it's not as pronounced. But yeah, she's a beauty. Just do not let this prick you. Again, those spines are painful. There's a time I was trying to water a plant that was below her and it literally just pricked my head. And it was pain. I was literally bleeding. So yeah, some of the snake plants will prick you. Be careful. Next one is one I don't think you guys have seen. I didn't even know that this type of variant of snake plant existed until I saw it. And after seeing it, you will realize why snake plants have actually been reclassified to Dracaenas or Dracaenas, because this actually low-key looks like a Dracaena. Hold on. Look at this babe. Look at this babe. She has some leaves in, but yeah, whatever. Look at this babe. This is the Sansevieria Black Dragon, but this is the compact variant. I didn't even know there was a compact variant until I saw it in a grower's place. And I was like, I need to have you. This is the compact variant. We're typically used to the one that grows longer, those longer leaves, whereas this one just has like compact bird's nest type leaves. And doesn't it look like a Dracaena? Like honestly, this looks like a Dracaena Jenna Craig. It looks like Dracaena. So I guess that is why, partly why these guys have been reclassified into that Dracaena family. But I will always call them Sansevieria. Always. But yeah, this is a lovely one. Again, this stick plant's easy. I care for them all the same way. And the only thing I would say about these ones is, especially if you're growing them indoors, this more compact one, try not to get water in their leaves because it will lead to rot, especially indoors. Outdoors, the water will dry out fast, but indoors, the water will collect and stay longer, and it will just lead to rot from there, and the whole plant is gone. So yeah, did you know that this plant existed? Let me know, it's your first time seeing it. Yeah. Oh, guys, I am already sweating. This country is too humid. The plants love it, but for humans, it can be oppressive. Let's move on. This is one I also like because of its unique growth profile. This is a Sansevieria cylindrica. Typically, I do not like Sansevieria cylindricas because I just feel like it just grow long and just look awful. But I love the growth profile of this particular specimen, which is why I got it. It looks like almost like a tribal head piece. Like I could wear some. That's not offensive because I'm African, so I can make those African jokes. What? I love the silhouette of this one. I absolutely love her, and this one actually grow her indoors in my parlor because I don't want her to outgrow this silhouette. So I kept her in a low light area in my living room. My living room has low light or borderline darkness, so I kept her there, and hopefully she maintains this silhouette. And yeah, I love how she pairs with this terracotta pot. Absolutely love vibes. It's a very cylindrical. They have so many sub types underneath it. I have a few of them I'm gonna show you, but like there are so many different types of cylindricas. Like so many different types of, I think they're also called bone cells. I don't honestly don't know the terminologies, but there's so many different types of cylindrical bone cells, and I'm going to show you them during the course of this video. But let's put this one down. And this is also one of my favorites. I feel like all the state plants I'm going to show you, I'm going to say this is also one of my favorites. This is an OG one. It's a pretty standard and common one. This is a Sansevieria Moonshine, but I love this one because it is a prolific popper. So there's some snake plants that would just rapidly produce pops that you can divide or even sell off, and this one is one of them. She's always producing pops, and I also love that I just love that the more light they're exposed to, the more they have this silver hue. By the way, this is an Oxalis triangularis that just popped out of it. Yeah, but the more they have a silver hue, and I just absolutely love this one. Love it. Just imagine how glorious this will be when it is filled up. Love it for us. Let me show you another rare one that is also like slow growing. Like, oh my goodness, there's some snake plants that please you should definitely buy big. Do not buy them small because it will take you years. But let me show. Look at this one. Oh, and it has a weed growing out of it. I don't mind. I think the weed is gorgeous. But back to this Sansevieria. Actually, I think I've forgotten the name. I'm going to insert the name. But it's actually a rare one, especially in Nigeria. Incredibly rare. And I found this at a still. It's not like the best looking specimen, but babes, when a rare plant is being sold for a still, it's not one that you can find easily. You're not too picky with your choices. I've had this in my care for several months, and I think that's only giving me this leaf. And yeah, so it is quite slow growing. Most Sansevierias that have a lot of this yellow variegation will be so slow growing. So yeah, whatever her name is, I'm going to insert it, but this is one of my rarer ones and one that I also absolutely love. I cannot wait until she is a full sized pot. Like, just imagine a full pot of this. It's going to be glorious. Again, I have to ask, how can you not like snake plants? How? Moving on to one that has the yellow variegation, but you can be guaranteed that this will grow much faster. It's also a very common one. It is common, but beautiful. Oh, she's so beautiful. This is a Sansevieria golden honey. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Can you just see? Absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is how snake plants look when they are full. Like, they look so beautiful when they are full. They look like a beautiful rose. I absolutely love them. So this one is filled up to the brim, and she's begging for, is she begging for a pot? Because these guys can handle being root bound for a long time. So I won't say she's begging for a pot, but you know, it makes sense to report her, but I don't plan to. I just love the silhouette. I love the rosette. It can be really hard to water when they are full like this. But let me tell you what I do. I literally just shower it. Like I said, if you are growing these indoors, please do not water this type of ones. Do not water inside. But I grew them outdoors so I can get away with just showering it directly, and literally in a matter of minutes, the water dries out because they're growing in a very sunny space. Sansevieria golden honey. And then we have this little fella here. Remember when I told you about the cylindrical bonsal subtypes? I don't know if that's the right term, but this is one of them, guys. This is, again, I don't know the specific name of this one, but this is beautiful and incredibly slow growing. Oh my goodness, I've had this for maybe 3 years, and it started off as a small pop. But in its defense, though, I kept it in a terracotta pot, and it was barely getting enough water for a long time. So, guys, if you want your Sansevierias to grow fast, you have to water them regularly. When they have dried, but water them regularly. If you keep subjecting them to drought-like conditions, you could actually cause their roots to shrink and die back from rot due to being dry all the time, and also it will stunt their growth. So they don't thrive on neglect. They do not thrive on neglect. They will just become dormant. So I did move her to a plastic pot that retains more moisture. So I feel like in the next couple of months we're going to see more significant growth. But look, beautiful, beautiful. Again, it's the same sub family as this, like, yet so diverse and so unique. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's move on before we die of heat. This is another one of my personal favorites, and please, if you want to get this plant, this is a Sansevieria samurai, please get it when it is full. This right here is 4 years worth of growth. It was literally like as small as this when I got it. It was as small as this. This one is incredibly rare in Nigeria, so I'm thankful that I got it, but it was as small as this, and this is 4 years worth of growth. 4 years worth of growth outdoors in a tropical country where we have a growing season all year long. So please, if you are growing this indoors, or you want to grow, if you're growing this in a temperate country, get a full one. Get one as full as this. If not, it will take you 50 years, most likely, to grow it into this. But it is beautiful. Look at it, babes. Look at the material. Look at the material. I love it. I love the silhouette. Oh, oh God, I could stare at snake plants all day. Look at the material. I love it. I absolutely love it. 4 years worth of growth, but absolutely worth it at the end of the day. Look at this. Oh God. Beautiful. I'm sorry, I almost forgot about you, my Sansevieria Whitney. And how could I? She's such a beautiful plant. And this is also another very prolific popper. Absolutely love her. She's also under retirement because she used to be so full, but like I've gotten so many pops from her. She's one of the faster growing ones, and also I just love her variegation. Look at the striking, like, variegation, so beautiful. If you've noticed, my Sansevierias have these. It is caterpillars, guys. Caterpillars are a nuisance in my garden. They can be a nuisance. They turn into beautiful butterflies, but they do. Look, just look. Look at the damage that they do. But you know, if your aim is to grow perfect plants, then you shouldn't grow them outdoors because yeah, you are out of control of what could potentially happen to your plants, and your plants are exposed to all manner of pests. This is another one of my personal favorites. This is the Sansevieria Black Gold. I love her because she's a prolific popper as well. I think I've made the most money from this plant, from selling her pops. I also just recently divided her, so she's not as full as large as she used to be. But I think I'm gonna retire her because she has produced so many pops that I have sold. And she's been through a lot. All of this you see here, look at this. Caterpillars. Caterpillars did this. They did all this damage to the leaves. So snake plants are typically pests. They're not pest prone, but you have the two issues I've encountered with them are caterpillars. Like I never knew caterpillars could bite through their strong leaves, and also scales. Oh god, scales are menace. Scales can grow on any plant, but I use a systemic, and that seems to keep them at bay. So Sansevieria Black Gold, lovely, beautiful. You should definitely add her to your collection. Well, why she's called Black Gold is because you know black. The inner leaves are black and the outer leaves are gold. If you grow this in a bit of lower light, the black will be more pronounced, but this grows outdoors in full sun, and that's why the black is beginning to fade into somewhat of a green. If you notice. Now look at this one. This one I'm quite pained because it is extremely slow growing. This right here is 4 years worth of growth. And then my garden assistant snapped this leaf the other day. 4 years worth of growth and one leaf got snapped. But it's okay. These things are inevitable. These things are unavoidable sometimes. I don't know the name of this one, but I can't quite remember the name. Out of all my snake plants, this is the one that has burnt in the sun. Can you see some sunburn? It's not that pronounced, but can you just see? These are as a result of the sun. All of my snake plants, regardless of how hot, do not burn. But this one, sis got burnt, so she's been through quite a lot. But again, she is beautiful. I absolutely love her. You do want to be mindful of these thorns. I love you, babes. I love you, babes. This is another one that used to be personal favorite of mine, but I feel like I have ruined the growth profile of this because I have separated it so much. This whole pot used to be full of its pops. But again, as somebody who sells plants for a living, like you can't blame me. This is a Sansevieria Star Rose. And this one I've noticed really loves to stay moist. Like take my word at your own risk. Remember, I grew these outdoors, but the soil is always moist. Like where she is, she's in a place where I always end up watering her inevitably in the process of trying to water my other plants. But she loves it. She's absolutely thriving. I've separated several pots from her, and she's about to give me another pop. This is a prolific popper as well. All of these spots you see here are from scales. My God, I absolutely hate scales. And me treating the scales, so they left their damage after being unalived. But aside from that, she's still gorgeous. She's still gorgeous in my own opinion. Sansevieria Star Rose, guys. Give her a go. Next one is actually my oldest snake plant, and one that I've had, like this was one that made me fall in love with snake plants. It's very common. It's like the most common snake plant in Nigeria and one of the cheapest. But after I just started to care for it and I saw how easy it was, I fell in love with it. I've had it for 4 years, going on 5 years. This is she's quite it's quite in heavy soil and a heavy pot. This is Sansevieria Honey. And the reason why she hasn't grown bigger than this is because obviously she doesn't have any space to really grow. Even though she's 4 years old, this is how small she is. And I'm fine with it because again, I live in a rented space and I'm trying not to take up too much space. My garden is in a shared space with I and my neighbor, so I try not to take up too much of the space. So for that reason, she has been confined to this pot for years and doesn't produce any more pops, but I don't care. I'm holding on to her for sentimental value. because again, this is one that you can easily find in Nigeria. Like it's so cheap, but like for sentimental value, I'm holding on to her, and she's always going to be with me. Even when I move into my own place, I'm gonna take her with me. Yeah. This next one is one that it doesn't get talked about a lot or enough in the West. This is a Sansevieria girl. The name has skipped my mind. This is the Sansevieria Moonshine, but the honey version, the small version of it. Like, look. So just like the regular moonshine, this will get like beautiful, brighter, greenish blue leaves when you give it more direct sun. But this one just stays small and compact, beautiful. This used to be a very common plant in Nigeria. Like I used to like see it everywhere in Nigeria, but now I think it has fallen out of like fashion because you rarely see people growing it or growers, selling it on the roadside or yeah. So, but I still love mine. I love that it's in this pot, and I love that in a matter of time it's going to fill up this pot soon. Absolutely love her. This is a Sansevieria Honey Silver Frost. Look at the markings. Look at the variegation. Beautiful. Again, this grows incredibly slowly. Or also, it could also be because I have honestly neglected this plant. I literally kept it somewhere where I couldn't water it as often, and it literally has been subjected to drought, and it has been stuck here like this for years. But I recently moved it to a plastic pot so you can retain some more moisture, and I have it in a place where I can now properly care for it, and that's why. And I feel like it's going to do well henceforth. So like again, Sansevieria don't thrive on neglect. If you want your snake plant to grow, you have to actually care for it, fertilize it, care for it like you would care for every other plant. So gorgeous, is she not? Look at the material. Moving on to another one of the honey variants that I've honestly been neglecting. This is a Sansevieria. I can't remember the name, but I'm going to insert it. Looks like the black gold, but just the honey version. This was also a gift from Rahila. Shout out to Rahila. She has gifted me quite a number of the snake plants. Yeah, so need to give it more love. I've just been neglecting it. I've seen some people grow theirs and it's really fat and big. And I think I want to do that to this one. Move it to a bigger pot and just fertilize it, take care of it a lot more, and so that it can just be beautiful. I've low-key been treating sis like trash, but she's gorgeous. Look at the leaves. She's absolutely gorgeous. I need to treat you better, babes. I'm sorry. The Sansevieria Corkii. I don't know if I'm getting the right name. I'm going to insert the name. Again, I feel bad. I've really neglected this one. I kept her root bound in a terracotta pot for a very long time. So guys, this is 4 years. This plant is 4 years old. This is what happens when you neglect your snake plants, guys. They don't grow. This plant is 4 years old. And I recently got inspired to start taking care of it, and I moved it to a wider pot, added lots of manure on it. When I saw a grower's own, and his were just so, like, he kept it in a wide pot like this, and his were just so wide and fat and thick. If I have a picture, I'll insert it. And I was like, what? I need to do better. So I moved this into this wider pot. Hopefully she becomes beautiful. And it's such a shame because this is actually a rare one in Nigeria. It's rare and can be expensive. So I need to do better, honestly. So sorry, babe. So sorry. If you can see, the had a scale situation. The thing about scales is that, I don't know if you can see it here. The thing about scales is that even after you've treated them, they'll still be, their dead bodies will still be attached to the plant. So you literally have to scrape them off. But this has been treated for scales, but she just has them still there. And then I have another one of this bond cell type. You might look at this and be like, are these two not the same? Absolutely not, guys. This one is the one that grows and has very, very thick leaves. I had been waiting for a pop from the mother plant for years, and finally grower had one that was ready for sale. Oh my god. I'm going to insert a video clip of the mother plant. She looks like, the video doesn't even do it justice. The stems are like just this thick each. So I'm hoping that this one will end up looking like the mom. She's absolutely gorgeous, isn't she, babes? By the way, this British accent is fake. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Come back in a year, and I feel like this will transform into a beautiful specimen that I'm gonna oppress you guys with. Moving on to my least favorite snake plant. Oh my god. This is Sansevieria jabois. Why I say this is my least favorite snake plant is because this is a very ubiquitous. I hope I can pronounce the word. English language is not my first language, but it's a very common snake plant. This is like the most common snake plant in Nigeria. It's everywhere. It's everywhere on every single hedge. Sometimes growing randomly on the road, and I don't like how it grows. I think it looks terrible. But this one was actually a gift, and that's because the growth profile is so unique. It's different. Like it grew out this leaf that is, so the grower was like, okay, take this and see how it fares in your care. It was a gift. So I'm watching to see if the new leaves, because this is the old leaf, this is the new leaf it came out, if the next couple of leaves will also be like this, which would be such a unique sight, right? So we're done with all the snake plants that I was able to carry. I still have one more in my room. So let's go over to my room and look at that one. I couldn't carry that one, it was too heavy. But let's go over and have a look. So guys, we are in my room. Please ignore the pile of laundry there, please, please. Anyways, we're in my room, and this is the last snake plant I wanted to show you guys about. This is a Sansevieria. This is the OG Sansevieria. This is the one that is native to Nigeria, and it is extremely prolific here. A very common one and a very affordable one, but I absolutely still love it. I have it next to my bed because if you didn't know, Sansevieria actually help you sleep. Like there's a whole science behind it. Like they actually help you sleep well, and that is actually the case. I do have a small one on my center table. Let me show you. Oh, yes, I have this smaller one I kept on my center table. Let me keep it here so you guys don't see. Whatever. I have this smaller one I kept on my center table. I love that it's in this cute pot. But yeah, babes. Yeah. Anyways, we have come to the end of this. Guys, the saucer just broke while I was trying to put it back, but it's a YouTube casualty. Anyways, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys love it. Please, if you did, like and subscribe. I went through a lot to shoot this video and I'm sweating like a goat. So if you did, please like and subscribe. And goodbye. I'm just gonna crash in bed. Bye.